Going live. Hello, Blender folks. Welcome and welcome back to pxy-gnomes. And for this week, we have a slightly revamped schedule. So it's like 3D character making, scenery making, 3D character. So alternating like between those two essential production things. Actually, yes, production, 3D animation project, pre-production stage, which can be confusing because if it were 2D animation project, at least 3D traditional animation projects, right, animation drawing, that would stuff like let's say what is animation is production, okay, that matches. But because we are conceiving like model sheet, how do you say, oh, now I'm confused myself. So never mind, folks. But the essential thing is that in 3D animation projects, animation, if modeling, rigging, yeah, all those 3D stages, they are actually production. Although it might seem like that, oh, we have some sort of the real production is animation, right? Layout, 3D layout, 3D animation, maybe rendering, yes. But turns out that in the 3D technique, right, the we need to push these steps of modeling, texturing, all into production, which is a way to organize the thing. But essentially what needs to be understood, I think, conceptually, right, is that, okay, to simplify everything that is 3D, we push into, essentially try to push into production, right? So it's a 3D CG production. But whichever thing that enters before, like concept design, model sheets for the because sometimes we need to scripting, storyboarding, animatic, all those things that are right before doing something in 3D, which usually we do some, for example, even if we model a 3D character, we'll use some drawing, right? Or right, we have a 2D step previous, or some conceptual step previous, which is not directly assigned to a CG task. So that's why it's as the what they call pre-production in the industry for CG animation is like 3D animation projects is like what they call pre-production is just the pre 3D stuff. It's like yeah, as I mentioned, 2D related stuff, conceptual related stuff, story related stuff, and all those things, right? So and this can be confusing sometimes because yeah, oh, I want to animate when I'm reaching to layout and 3D layout or 3D animation. Well, now this is production. Yeah, turns out no, production is it's if I model here this character, if I do texture painting, which I was doing, UV unwrapping, all those 3D related stuff directly, they are actually production. So this character is in part was pre-production, the model sheets, right, and then the concept design, and then the then the 3D is already production. So it's very close together. So anyways, let's continue here. So today we're gonna make the I'll try to do as much as I can here for the cloth. Also, I need some reference here. Hold on, folks. So I need to get into this folder. So oh, that's an interesting, okay, so I'm not gonna bother here. Doesn't, yeah, no, I'm not gonna explain this now. So I just need to reach for the reference. I think character Tsukagi, and there's some 2D refs here. This is not very well organized, so let's just get here. There are some irrelevant pictures here, but reference essentially is just some ideas here especially I was doing this for the clothing and maybe some facial expression, but essentially trying to figure out. And all this I picked in Pinterest, so nothing. Unfortunately, I don't have the names of the artists here, so maybe this is wrong. But anyways, this is a cool reference we can find in yeah. So the cloths, yeah. So I have model sheet right already for that. Also, let's start with some sharing some crazy things here. So if you want to see uh, golden era of the 80s 90s animation, here is got some introduction opening. This is teenager torture ninja, teenager ninja turtle. I don't know how to call it in English. So that was the French opening. Yeah, the quality here of the image is horrible, but that's okay. Look at the style. That is totally bricks. This was original French music, by the way, from the timing. Wow, that's just totally brutal. I think this what happened here. I met the guy who made the storyboard for this opening, right? And it was in a class, but it doesn't matter. The fact is that I believe that animation was probably made by Japanese animators at the time. Maybe they were cheap for the European American industry, maybe to for this TV shows, animated series, right? So I'm not sure, but the animation was so good, so that I think it was the case. Maybe I'm wrong, but and the production was done, of course, in the yeah, the development, the production. It was a Western production, but with some assets or outsourced to place like I suppose Japan. But that happened to I've heard about other projects, but maybe this one, maybe not. So, anyways, um, then another one that is this was Conan for kids animated TV show. Right? Oh, by the way, no, I mean I met the guy. I knew the guy that made the storyboard for this one. Sorry, for Conan l'Aventurier. Yeah. Very dramatic, like sword and sorcery for kids. Yeah, the best character was that Phoenix in the Shield. It's a pet character. Yeah, so good stuff for the old times. Okay, that's it. I have other reference, but anyways, let's continue here and after this inspiration, get some more regular soundtrack. So, folks, let's start here with the clothing, right? So essentially, as I was mentioning, I already made the model sheets for the cloth as well, and now the work would be to get them into play here, modeling, right? So I need to simplify some stuff here. Let's see, reorganizing the opacity, all these things, right? So here we can access the grease pencil, join down. I will reduce the opacity of the sketch here. Maybe it doesn't need to interact with light, right? Because there's not much cloth here that appears. Some silhouette, yes, but I get the idea, right? So we can probably even, yeah, I can leave this very like that. Otherwise it will interfere. Yeah, actually, to be fair, let's just hide like this. Then for this one, let's see, cloth front. Okay, we're gonna also lights, maybe. Yeah, I think this can be alright. Then let's go for the side view and check if we get any idea here. Yes, indeed. So we get body side. Yes, this will help. No, this is the body side, is the cloth side. Alright, reinforcing this. Then there's also the hair, but the hair is clear enough, not the front hair. Alright, something like that. Could interact with light hair side. Let's test this one. Alright, this seems good to start. Then let's see if I can read here. Let's try to use this fade inactive objects. Yeah, so apparently I have a difficulty in for accessing what is inactive here. Now this is bone. Alright, so I'll struggle forever trying to find here the correct thing. This is so weird. Alright, so there is a belt. I have some materials which I said, oh, there's something that is missing, right? Okay, well, let's start now. I will, yeah, this is like this. Not gonna touch now. Let's check. That seems perfect. Yeah, maybe the shoes here are a bit too big. What happened? Some character design mistake. Anyways. Let's bring it finally to the modeling steps of the cloth. So I'm reusing some cloth meshes here, but we're gonna just readapt them. So I'm gonna save here. Alright, so start by getting, yeah, you can get this belt already. So this is like another one. Let's just call it yeah, how do you call that? Mesh cloth, maybe. Nah, it's more like Tsukagi. I'm trying to get some idea about the, yeah, this will not become a file, so I don't need to get this perfect. So here I'm just concerned about these names which tell very little about, yeah, this I don't have a perfect thing, so I'm just gonna leave it as it. So this will be, it's not a belt, but it's something fascia in a band, waistband, whatever. Yeah, then this is for actually Tsukagi, but do I even need these names for this yet? Maybe it should be a good idea, right? But what first? Yeah, I think this is more logical. Tsukagi, so yeah, belt. Okay, so maybe I can, no, I'm not gonna research into that. So this is, no, it's Tsukagi. So I'm gonna just select here. Let's already start by deleting some vertices here, dissolving whichever stuff here. adapting the mesh here. It has a subdivision. It is much larger here in the top. It already has got a subdivision it has already some inherited modifier. So mirror, is that symmetric belt? Yes, it is. It could have some accessories. Make sure not be editing the scale of the not editing the scale, just on edit mode, right? So here we get some difficulty with geometry. Too little geometry for this, or not. No, it will work. It's just a very bad positioning after this transforms. Let's smooth this out. Feels very weird still. Let's expand here. Rotate more aligned with this one, with the so we have oh, there's a solidify while it is off. Right, so maybe we need here to okay. So how do you, the reference that I have for this kind of Japanese or Chinese, no reference here. Here very subtle. Yeah, this one is, so it's very high near the this is one important reference, and yeah, there's the only. Okay, so it is layered, right? So what we can get here is like an extrusion. I could even do this with geometry nodes to be procedural, but maybe we can do this with a solidify modifier. Like, so I'm gonna Shift E, take off all of the edge creases for now. The material for this, I'm gonna have something subdivisions. Right, you have that much. All right. Should I go solidify after or before the? It looks better before, right? So, and there are some seams here. I'm gonna clear those seams, clear whatever, clear sharp. There might be even some vertex groups, whatever. So delete all, batch delete all groups. We don't want anything like that. The materials also might be. Oh, we have some materials here. So velvet. I don't have. Oh yeah, I missed some colors for this. Let's quick check here what we can get. Red colors, white, some orange. Yeah, so here we could get. Probably will black, whites, orange, red, browns. We'll see. So for whites and good contrast, right? So currently there's these nails. I think this is what a sign here. Proportional editing here would help. So this tissue belt would be, should remain, yeah, it's not like the others, so it really needs to be properly adjusted here. The height, Yeah, let's dissolve this for now and just fix this thing. We see that the alignment is bad in the drawing, so let's just I mean in the 3D model, so I'm gonna try to get it here. Then we're gonna try to align this maybe from here, and then we don't touch anymore after we got a proper alignment here. We can still rotate to have it match. We can Alt N maybe. No, this is bad, so yeah, so what I can play here is just readjust these positionings. Looks like we are missing here. We'll need to make this a little more rounded. Because it's another level. Okay, let's make another subdivision here. Because it's another level of the body of the torso, so that's might be why it requires a special some variations. And also I haven't made it, yeah, haven't subdivided, so let's do this subdivision here again. So according to what I've seen, so I want this to be extruded. So can I get this vertex group? Maybe let's do this. I don't know how that works for Solidify. I hate these options for Solidify. So offset from the center, yes, from the center, but then we need to I can never get it to work right. So if I get the group, what it does, it doesn't seem to do anything, right? Yeah, so I'd be better off doing this with some I just don't know how to use this. It's too bizarre for me. One day I'll find out if there's anything to it. Oh, look at this. Yes, this can work, alright, but I will need to okay, so I'm gonna extrude this with the geometry nodes, right? So instead, yeah, you can have okay, I'm gonna ignore this for now. I'll just add geometry nodes, and then let's check the materials. Okay, this is the first. Then I want the coat. I'm gonna change these materials here. Gonna change here. I'm going to bring the geometry nodes. Okay, let's go here and let's just add a new, and then let's go back into here. We got this, right? So essentially it's extrude mesh. Of course it's extruded in some crazy ways of faces, yes, but we want a selection, material selection. We're gonna bring the just the coat, go to selection. There is no coat material here, so just gonna change the material here, and now it is extruding with a gigantic offset, but we don't want individual, so something like that. The shift doesn't really help here, so we need 0.01 maybe a little more than that, 3. Alright, and we see that it is getting some this is because of subdivision, of course, which is terrible. So otherwise this is like that. However, I can also order another extrusion, so let's extrude, copy this. Okay, so I get a first extrusion, but first we're gonna extrude behind, but it's not really working. I probably need a, it's doing all sort of here. I don't know, I need some more investigation. This super basic, that stuff that I know, but let's see, how do I just want to do a negative thing for all the mesh, so maybe selection, that doesn't do nothing. Selection, okay, too bad. Okay, so what I can do is still just use the solidify and along with, right, so we got first so essentially I start with a solidifier that is going outside, right? No, it's not doing the job. Of course it is negative, so like here, right? So 0.01 maybe. Now this is too much, or maybe not with the subdivision. Even with subdivision is a little too much, so half that. I don't like what's happening there. Solidify subdivision and then the geometry node. Alright, that's only for this one, so I don't have to care about these are right. This is just the face that I need to work with, so that's good. And here we could whatever I think it's not good, right? So geometry nodes is a game changer. If we have just a few understanding of some basic, we can do a lot of things. Also, it's too much now, and so just try this. For now, let's hide the... Oh no, let's see the... Okay, for the geometry node is this for now. Let's get... let's get here and check some adjustments on the mesh. It's having a little of intersections, alright. Here we need a little more work here. We can bend this a little. Same here. There seem to be too much gap. Here we got some bad mesh here. We can just make some small adjustments. Also here we got some issues. Can bend this. Here we can approximate these ones a little. So just avoid the height, changing their height too much. Seems like it's never good. Always some intersection here and there. Alright, now this seems good. We can maybe smooth this out. Here's some strange shading, so just try to smooth this, alright? There's an operation here we can do to to have a few adjustments on that is the mesh normals, reset vectors. Sometimes that can help fixing these anomalies. I get this is I'll be solved with the subdivision. No, okay, never mind. So yeah, this is just a detail. So yeah, I have a good thing here, but it's just the beginning. Let's see what else can we get here. Yeah, so there is be some things here. I need to get some pictures about that. So for now, this is, let's leave it. There'll be some ribbon in the back, but this I think I haven't. Yeah, I haven't even drawn. So I think, but I can try something here. Let's use a technique for this. So different mesh, Shift D. Move this forward, right? We're gonna bring this one to, let's try a skin modifier, which will be chaotic. Do you contemplate? No, you don't contemplate vertex group target, so maybe I need to separate this. P, separate selection. So this one we don't want mirror, we don't want, so yeah, I don't want, maybe subdivision. No, we don't want anything here. Just add a skin modifier, generate skin. I'm gonna, okay, this single vertex is, oh, I did all wrong. I deleted the, okay, so name this I say chord, just this. So I'm gonna delete all that. I'm gonna extrude something here. We're going to add the generate skin modifier, which is crazy. Yeah, I don't know, maybe it's a bug in these versions. It just don't seem to be smooth shading could be nice, right? So here we going to edit mode. We are trying to, also we're gonna change the material for that to this. Now so just gonna do this. So how to solve this madness? So apparently there is a Control A, Control S, no, the shortcut was, no, Control A. Okay, so it works. Yes, so here is the, aha. So now we can get Why it has so much subdivisions? I don't know. Does this help anyhow? No. Branch smoothing? No. Okay. So maybe it's just the way it is, right? So who cares, right? I could add a mirror modifier, right? It could be well, could just use some snapping feature. Why I'm looking at this armature here? Okay, snap to vertex. This could cause some problems, so let's maybe hide some stuff here. The reference, let's hide the... Okay, that is enough, right? So instead of creating those crazy curve objects, why not use this technique, right? I'm not just gonna use hold here, right? We don't have the spline thing, right? I'm not being able to visualize here the mesh very well, so in this case we'll use these randoms. Or maybe I just use the subdivision. Doesn't seem to help, right? Yeah, garbage. So maybe I just get everything, select all, and just subdivide manually. Here maybe snap to edge. Okay, it seems to be working. And then to simplify, maybe Control A, alright, to do that. Oh, got some problems still. Subdivide. It don't need to be exact on the vertex, right? You can do whatever is rounder. Yeah, don't need to be. Okay, so apparently this works. Then maybe I just need to use a generate mirror, and then let's just make sure this is, yeah, this has been snapped. Actually clipping here. Ah, there's a problem here. No, there's no problem, it's just that I need to extrude more one here. Alright, now it seems to be on the center, alright. And it is clipped, alright, so he got the combined stuff. And we can make some anomalies indeed, like why not here Control A. If we wanted. If something here doesn't look too well, we can make some variation. It's different, it's different from the grease pencil. It's it's not Control X, it's not Alt S or Alt A, yeah, something. It's very strange. Took me a while to figure this out. Okay, so you have this. The problem is that, yeah, I don't want to apply this, so I want to preserve the craziness of this. And we could add now maybe a subdivision, why not? But it doesn't seem to be doing. It doesn't seem to be helping too much, right? Yeah, I'm okay with this. I'm sorry. So now maybe making the node. So here the cool thing is that what's happening? Okay, let's Shift D. I could do a lot of crazy things with this technique, right? Because this is getting procedural. So this is like, you see, we can have some interesting stuff, right? It's just a vertex. It's like a pseudo geometry node here. So this is very nice. I think we can get some cool patterns out of it. Unfortunately, I can't rotate, but if I like I don't know why it is disappearing. I think yes, this is very strange. So I've lost something important here. Yeah, so I don't know here, folks. But I think if it maintains connected, we can do some crazy stuff, right? So essentially we could do an entire system with these things. Not this, of course, but this pattern is not terrible. without a proper subdivision we can get some strange just exploring the so the whole question is here. Yeah, so with the mirror I will be a little limited here if I don't do anything very peculiar, so I can try to mimic something. I cannot mirror lock a vertex group, right? From mirroring. Yeah, I think I can't, so I will need to, it's not like Spencer where we can assign collections. So the idea here, we try to make some sort of and then if I can just get through and get some fake node here, we can mimic something of interest. With critically small amount of vertices. I'd like to know what's really going on topologically, but this is just a node thing, right? So it's just not thing, just to try to do on my own sometime, investigate some manuals. So these are matched in the center, right? So it's here, it doesn't really need to. We can probably, oops, this was a bad idea. For some reason this doesn't work well. So yeah, very bizarre, but this very bizarre technique, but it sort of works, right? I don't like these ones though, because it's mesh and it's mirrored. It can totally, here I cannot, once it is rigged, then yes, you can probably do something about this. Oh, look at this. That might work. I probably overdid and let's and so essentially what we can do here is just to get again here, and no, cannot extrude from there, so get extrusion here. It instantly wants to grab to the middle for some reason, so we could argue that exists better techniques, but I find it's interesting because we don't need to convert anything here. It's just working straight as it is. Crazy, right? Yeah, and I could solve totally the knot if I investigated that further and didn't use the mirror modifier. Like if I had the mirror modifier just for something central and then created another mesh object with this without the, like just a duplicate to conclude, but I don't want to create yet another object, so here just let's make another one here and it will be here. What is this, the logic here? Unsure, so I'm just gonna they are just behind. And it feels okay because it's sort of an organic thing, right? So it doesn't need to be like it has lots of anomalies, so it sort of works fine. And here for the back, I think I'll leave it like that. Or maybe just add a little detail. Yeah, why not, right? Cool pattern. And just here maybe it's a little empty, so maybe we can do straight from there. No, I don't like, so just here and then so it's a bit difficult to understand why it goes crazy sometimes. So I cannot expect this to have like cannot expect this to be working like, what is this? Multiple vertices as root? What does that mean? Yeah, this is kind of dangerous, right? So without okay, but let's say for something simple like this, just a detail that it's very I think it's very lightweight, so that's kind of serve its purpose. And I think this will solve this piece, right? There will be other pieces, accessories of cloth related to that, but for now let's see where's the body, right? Yeah, so we made one. The belt, okay. Let's see now, don't need to be looking at that, no. This is the armature that gonna hide, then the grease pencil, so B cord, no, yeah, belt cord, so it'll be like here. Okay, the shoes maybe, or maybe the. Now let's look at the model sheet, right? What do we have here? Okay, there is other pieces here that need to sort of follow the body, so maybe we can make them to start. It's like a skin tight cloth, so it should work. Yeah, so it will be like yeah, first this piece of cloth we hide, we not gonna use here, so it will be essentially all this. Then I'm gonna save here. Apparently this mesh is ready. It's just not wave painted, but the wave paint we can address in our way. So here is the same mesh here. We're gonna separate selection. I'm gonna clear this material, or actually change, so I can have velvet for now. No, what's going on? Yeah, I did it all wrong, so okay. Shift D, P, selection, then we got this. We're gonna call this, first move this to move this object to Tsukagi mesh cloth, F2. So this is the body. Now this is like legs, so it will be like 3 is the code that I use for the legs. So 3 and slash, this slash I should change for maybe 3 1, yeah, something like that. So not the first item of the legs, so it will be 3 2 maybe, or even 32. That can be confusing, but it might also work in some way, right? Yeah, for this project, yeah, so this will be Tsukagi leggings, yeah, something like that. The shoes will be sandals, so 3 sandals. Gonna remake them, of course. This will be, this is already not the legs anymore, this is the torso, so this will be like one, it was one of the last, so 2-4 Tsukagi belt cord, actually 25, this will be 24 Tsukagi belt. This will be this could be a 2-1 or a 2-3 for now, yeah, because I'm not sure. Vest, I don't, or kimono, whatever. And there we need 23. Then this is shirt. Oh, this can be a, yeah, these are, I'm not sure, maybe I just delete this one because this is just, no, I'll leave it for now just in case I don't know what it will be. So let's see what, yeah, the leggings. Okay, let's get here. So instead here we're gonna delete, no, change this material to coat, or maybe white. So for now the nails, yeah, some, it's not white, yeah, it's a white color, but so here we're gonna get just a mirror modifier and subdivision, solidify outside or in the middle, even thickness, no, fill, yes, only rim, maybe, yeah, only rim, and yeah, so here we will have to handle this a little better. This will be a little complicated, so we're just gonna try to adjust here for now. There's no subdivision, of course, and the body has so subdivision. Here I don't know what needs to be used, so it doesn't matter. So here I'm just gonna copy address. Yeah, okay. So first subdivision, then subdivide. So the last one we can just adapt manually because it's the, actually it's wrong because this is not the height this should be. According to the drawing it will be here or even lower. Yeah, so this is totally anime style, right? I think that's fine. The reference of this designing, which is kind of cool in my opinion, though cliche, but it's like good. Alright, so this is nice, but then we will need more of these patterns maybe. So here I don't know what I can do to mimic that. Should I use the same technique? Apparently I have some band here which is not shift 0.3. Yeah, so possibly what I can do here is try to get GG. shouldn't be moving this one, but it's so close that it is tempting. So let's just do this. Yeah, I think it will be fine. And then from this one I'm gonna get this into a different material, like the coat, a sign. And what I'm going to do is that I'm just gonna get this into this, Control C. This is copy attributes inbuilt add-on. Gonna select, copy selected modifier, copy the geometry nodes, and there we go. And here for this ribbon I have to, I don't want to use the chord, but I can use the same technique indeed. Let's see, maybe that works. Maybe that works. So where's this object? Okay, let's copy let's copy Shift D, P, separate selection. I'm gonna bring it here. Apparently it's not working. It sort of gets bugged by the something. It seems to be missing some feature of the mark root. Maybe it's, I think it's lacking a root, maybe that's why it start to get crazy. So it just started on verb, let's say mark close, I don't know, mark root. Yeah, so yeah, that's it. It was just lacking a root. So this is why I wasn't able to separate before. So what we want here is to start some crazy check this. Control A, Y. Crazy. Alright, folks, let's make a highlight. This is totally crazy. I don't know why it is. Oh, I've moved it, of course. So let's just Shift H, apply all transforms, whatever. Okay, now the mirror is fine. Let's go on. Let's go to the, let's make a highlight of this madness. So probably we'll be able to use, I'll make a new material for red ribbon. Start recording. Okay. So folks, I don't remember people using this in a tutorial, but there are a lot of tutorials of people doing this with mesh or curve object because it's super versatile. But look at this. This is a skin modifier used for I'm making some chords or bands, and for example here I've made this chord here entirely with yeah, there's a mirror modifier. Yeah, I could make this just for with this thing. It's a bit awkward sometimes. Maybe I need to, it doesn't even have a subdivision, but sometimes this can help, but sometimes it's hard to control. But here there are some anomalies that can occur that are difficult to handle, but they are solvable. So here we can have maybe, yeah, I don't bother my project low poly here, but so, and essentially if I go back here, there is more to this than meets the eye. This thing is actually, so I need to be on X-ray. Let's go back. So what I did, I've just picked the object here. It's a mirror modifier, right? And I'm going to, yeah, the X-ray, I'm gonna edit it. I have a hard time visualizing what's going on. Oh, okay, just here. Sorry folks. Okay, so here is the There's just two vertices here. These subdivisions is because of its own settings, so I'm not sure exactly what branch smoothing. Usually it needs a root, mark root, to if we separate, for example here. So you see the effect dies off, but it's because it need a self root. So this I've just extruded something from the other object and then deleted the other modifiers and started remaking here. So mark one root, and that's sufficient to start. But then there's this strange shortcut, different from grease pencil, for points. Control A, we can, just for the curves, right, the curve objects, you can do this for the points. Maybe the curve object is similar, the curve, I'm not sure. So here we can subdivide. I don't have a shortcut for this, so Control A. But this doesn't stop here because this symmetry, I don't know what they are for, but we can use a Control A, X, Y, or Z does nothing. Okay, so this is crazy, and because it's a vertex, I can GG it along the yeah, because it's an edge, right? So this is very interesting, because what I can do now with this thing is that I can Control A. I want to make this like a band instead of a chord, so I just need to Control A, make the proper adjustments here, X, no, Y. Yeah, unfortunately it decided to be like that, so, or maybe I just delete. Let's restart this. The problem, I don't know if I can reset, but that's okay. We're gonna just get here. Let's mark root here. I don't know what it does. So Control A, X, Control A in all directions, Control A, Y. Okay, we're gonna, so it's gonna use this to continue making the band. And of course this is a mistake, so can I rotate this stuff? No, probably. So need the X-ray to be able to sometimes edit, right? Otherwise it's a bit difficult. So yeah, Control A, I think I've made a mistake. So let's invert this. So let's do this here. Control A, X. Let's do this way instead. Control A, Y. It's because the Y is a bit harder to find in the keyboard. So it's just, so I'm gonna move this on edit mode, not snapping. Yeah, attention, not gonna snap with the mirror. Snapping option, right? Clipping option. Yeah, sometimes useful, sometimes terrible. The material here is not good because it's not what I want, but it's already a band, and we'll see if that will work for what we need. I can keep editing this like this. Oh, actually I can even start snapping. So for now I'm gonna just hide here temporarily this grease pencil, and I'll enable the snapping onto the edge, right? Could be, so I'm gonna start snapping this onto the onto this edge of the other object. Maybe vertex also in many cases might be better, because you get exactly on the joint, let's say. But I don't need to match this exactly though. I can use this with, but it should be better if I match the, so you see how easy. However, we cannot, apparently we lose some rotation features. Yeah, so this is, I'm not sure about yet. It could be that I'm doing this over So F here, so very simple, we connect. It could be that I'm doing this on top of a subdivision, right? Control A is X, Y. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna change this material to so I have something here, maybe I have some lipstick, I think that is red. Where's the oh, this was something. Okay, so let's use these gums here temporarily. And strangely, this will affect. No, it doesn't affect. Okay, so because they are vertices, but since this is a different object, there we go. I think this is the. Yeah, I wanted some reddish color here, right? So. Vermilion color, something like that, or a little more red. So anyways, yeah, so there are some limitations, but the cool thing is that with these nodes we can then try to make some stuff like here the mirror modifier won't interfere. So for my character design I want some sort of ribbon, right? I never done this before, so I've just seen some people doing. So we can, for instance, shift D, and yeah, we cannot have this rotation, or maybe there is a way that I don't know. Let's take off the snapping, and here we need to mark the root thing on the modifier. Mark root. There might be a rotating thing. Oh, hold on. If I pick the... Oh, here we go. We can rotate the edge, of course. Not of course, but okay, that solves the problem, folks. That means that if I pick all this... Yeah, we can... That will take a while, but there's a connected mesh here. Yeah, so here will be we'll have some challenge here too. I think it's difficult now because they are connected, but you see that I was able to do this with so rip vertex. Yeah, it is like rip vertex. Merge center. Okay, never mind. So maybe when it gets cyclic like that or connected, it goes, it might have some limitation. And so here we can, oops, what's that? Okay, extrude here. And so I'm not gonna try to make the correct knot, right? But if we get something like that already, okay, so here we see where the problem may arise. Control A. About the lack of geometry, right? And we can make I don't know what happens if we make a face though. The face don't seems to have any effect here, so this is doesn't, maybe it does something. So sorry folks, here I don't know, but what I want to try to achieve is just, you get the idea, right? So here we there is some tilting, right? Which is the same problem that I was having, that I'm not able to achieve here. Control R. It's not like a curve thing, so yeah, so maybe it's not really the best idea for this kind of stuff, but certain objects can certainly be, certain things more simpler can be achieved with that apparently. So here probably I just need another subdivision, and I think it's very lightweight, right? Because it's just some vertices with a, that's the good part. It's very simple to manage if we don't get this into the more annoying problems. If we know what we are doing, this is a simple approach. I think this tool could be improved a lot more to handle more the idea of having mesh as here, for example. I don't know what's going on, so it's like inverse kinematics madness going on. So maybe you need to move all the thing together. Like maybe individual, maybe bounding, yeah, so moving, no, still have some. There's some motion that cause the madness. Some motion, some rotation. And then we can keep adjusting individually. That may eventually. Okay, so this is it's sort of, this will need more, just the beginning, but it's like a proof of concept. So you see, I was able to do this thing which is not very precise with a chord thing, but it's sort of, it could be precise now that with the root thing, separated chords, one with mirror modifier, one without, right? Where's the response here? So we can work with that for certain good patterns, and it can provide some interesting results. And so this I'm gonna keep exploring the tool. I think there's more potential to it. Maybe sometimes we might want to separate, right? V, rip vert, so you don't suffer anymore from this. And so maybe that can provide some more. Now it's still doing its job, but it's a little easier to control now. Yeah, so tell me what you think, folks. Maybe I've seen one tutorial that showed some interesting possibilities with it. I think that what I watched, especially for this control, I wanted to know if we could control the here just as a curve object, and apparently we can. So here I would need to make more stuff here and check some reference for ribbons, but you see, that is kind of nice. That's it for the highlight here, folks. Even though I'm not satisfied with the results here, we can probably improve this. Alright, folks, so here let's continue on the on this stuff. So yeah, so now that I've got this sort of ribbon, this is like the first this is like the knot part, right? So it's actually shouldn't even be big like that. Let's get it aligned. Yeah, so I have a lot of problems having. Let's dissolve this one. Like whenever I try to push this forward, I start to get some issue. GG, yeah, so something about the axis, I think. I could always apply this, but so here we GG, just try to approximate all this, yeah, something like this. Maybe they are might be something about this these other options. Equalize ready. Make skin ready of server equal on each. So maybe merge at center. No. Okay. Okay, interesting. No, actually I messed up the whole. So here is Control A X, no, Y, Control A X, alright, and then okay, so this is what is causing. So there's something about the alignment. Yeah, I suspecting this was dangerous. So because one axis is just too different than the other, then the scaling makes this thing goes crazy, right? And let's try what if we have more roots? I don't know. Oh, there can only be one root, is that it? Oh yeah, so it marks the root there. Okay, so there is one root only. And that's sort of... Okay, give some idea. Box, move this here. Rotate. Then the rotation gets affected, but we can still try to... Yeah, so it's strange. It respects... It tries to respect some positioning, so this is weird. It indistinctly off the root. So let's V this. Now I have two roots. Oh, maybe this helps. Yeah, okay, so maybe that's the way to go. I have some more freedom here, apparently. So we need two roots to have a little more control on this stuff. So I can manipulate these rotations. Okay, let's add this to the folks. I was exploring here. Sorry, here's the solution. See these circles, dashed circles here? They are roots. So by V and separating, right? I found out one thing that is less ugly, that seems to be working better, is that if I separate the loop, you see that it automatically, if not, we just add mark root. Well, now there's just one root. I don't know how it was possible that it had two roots, but what I did, maybe it's a bit chaotic now, but it's, yeah, it's a bit chaotic, but then strangely, maybe it's a bug, merge at center, then V, then see we have two roots now, and so apparently it's the same behavior, but this is a little better apparently because we have some ways of manipulating this this stuff despite the different scaling on the XZ. But you see that it's much easier now to manipulate, and I'm able to make a lot of more motion here without disrupting everything. You see here? Yeah, this is more likely, and this was possible by having this separation of the loop. And I'm not sure, but be very cautious about where the root is, and if you can have, in this case, two roots, or if one root is enough, then okay. In principle, this might be a bug, but if it works better, so, or the simple fact that the loop is divided, this is help, that use this for making the other manipulations. So here for this case where I was having issues, so maybe I can also, you see there's a marked root here. I'm gonna separate this and try to manipulate some of the orientations. I'm not sure I'm gonna be successful in this particular case because of the orientations of the okay, so by moving slightly I can get some adjustments, but this will take a while in this way. Just to have the, because I cannot rotate, I cannot tilt it in the way I want. So perhaps with another V I can try to, yeah, no, it's still so I want to do this, so I can move down and then move the whole thing up, just cheating the algorithm that calculates, is trying to calculate this thing, right? But yeah, it's still difficult, but at least see that a few more at least for this loop here, this is, let's connect here. You see it didn't destroy some progress that I've made, except that still very displaced. And yeah, so sometimes disconnecting and having, make sure you have the at least one root well positioned, that will help making the additions, folks. Alright, so now let's try to make again a separate body for this. So I'm going to duplicate this one. and rotate, well, you see the problem. I cannot rotate it, I cannot tilt it, right? So this is the madness of this stuff. So maybe here I'll have to invert the axis, right? Control A, scale on Z, Control A, scale on X, Control A, scale on Y, Control A, scale on X. So we're gonna make something like that. It has the root here, alright. So gonna bring this inside there. So if there's a way to tilt that, I'm eager to find out. That will be super valid. And okay, let's ignore what's going here. Yeah, so this was a bad idea, right? So I have some problems here to have this stuff connected, right? It's not how it should be, right? What I'm doing. So let's leave the root here, mark root, and here it's like the knot was already made, right? So it's just like, where's the root? Okay, let's make a subdivision, mark root, and so we can have, from here we can, not sure if this is a great idea, so we'll see. We're gonna doesn't look very nice, right? So we need to make some splitting. Oh, I cannot delete this, the root is here. Oh, actually I can, it's just that. Okay, mark root, okay, let's try something crazy here. This is not good, right? So no, it's not the case. It's really about getting this other flat thing to I've got it completely wrong, right? Yeah, so this mesh stuff is pretty awkward, so I will need a lot more investigation here to say that this is a safe method. Maybe, I don't know, also probably for rigging this will be completely awkward also. That also is awkward for curve objects, so I will have to make some extra tests. So it's just experimental curiosity here. Of course, then just applied stuff that and fix, but yeah, I think the traditional way might be just better here, because this is can get, if the technique is too awkward, right? They are, unless it's super necessary, it might be a bad call. So I think this technique not still on the point, but you see we can achieve some cool stuff, and it's still procedural, but it just takes too long to edit, so it's annoying. I need to find more tutorials on that and try to master this to see exactly what are the limits of this stuff. Okay, so you see here I can actually fix this. But the greatest thing is that, oh, this is just vertices. It's crazy, and you can get still the procedural ongoing, right? You can make additions out of this procedural, so it's sort of crazy, right? It's appealing for me just because of that, right? It's kind of organic if you survive the the challenge here, and if we are able to make something good out of this stuff, right? And here I cannot split this in, yeah, I think this is unfortunate, right? So if I were to do something like this, it will go a bit crazy, right? It doesn't have the structure to stand to support this, right? Oh, equalize root, by the way, so you got the idea right. It will equalize the scaling like I did there. So control, currently it was on the X, yeah, control A, Y. But sometimes we don't want it, right? So control A, Y, we want exactly then to get it back, it's a bit annoying, right? Here the knot that is here, this thing here, which is not super great, right? So mark root, trying to simplify this thing, right? It's awkward in terms of what's going on, but it's mesh, right? So it sort of does something. It's better than nothing, I'd say. With a little more study here, we could get something nice, though. The shapes are, yeah, I mean, the shapes are not suggest that this is not so bad. Oh yeah, we need to probably bring this one down downward. Yeah, I see. With just a bit more attention to the to the to the real stuff, we can get some crazy nice results with. I never tried to do this. I just checked some tutorials. I know how I draw those things occasionally, but it's complicated to draw, right? It's like hands level of complication, drawing hands. So it's not trivial. It's puzzling and challenging. So imagine for 3D it shouldn't be also very simple, right? The cool thing is that 3D that we can experience another level of comprehension. We can visualize this directly in 3D, so that's kind of interesting. What is this? Oh yeah, this is getting to the way, right? Oh yeah, I see. We get these ones. We're gonna maybe scale these ones down, so we get these things smaller there, so this band here can just get like here, right? Longer and longer. Yeah, so unique method for this madness. Why not? So here let's use some regular tool for... Where's my gizmo? Wait. Oh, it's I'm playing here. Alright, this is actually very beautiful, not with the shoes of course. So the shoes is like I'm gonna just delete the mesh, but not the mesh object for these sandals. So here you need the grease pencil. I'm gonna separate here the areas. So this will be the side view. Yeah, it's completely displaced because the mesh of the character, this character might have a little more elongated. Apparently I haven't reshaped her foot right, so this will be annoying. What I'm gonna do is pick both body and this, so double mesh here, and this can be bad. I can always reduplicate the skin tight thing, but here I think I want to scale just a little forward the foot. Yeah, it's a... Why should have this more elongated feet? Well, because she is okay, here I already messed up. I guess she's a fox character. Oh, maybe considering maybe you don't want... Yeah, maybe we don't want the... Right? just for the there, right? And then as soon as we reach here we got something else. Yeah, that sounds feasible. So we're gonna change this to back to material which will suffer from the geometry nodes, right? So it's the coat, so that will be extruded outward, I guess. Yes, it is procedurally, except that I want perhaps to, by editing this thing, maybe get this GG and maybe GG, just making it little. And also we don't want here GG, no, without proportional editing. GG, wait, where is GG? Okay, and probably gonna cut here something. Where to cut? So maybe just here gonna make this. Yeah, actually let's make an edge ring here, Shift E 0.3. Then now we can set V this and GG. Individual origins, so I have more freedom here for this change. And yeah, so about the seams, mark seam, then here probably mark seams, no, round seams, I guess. No, this is correct, so except that alright, so it's looking plausible. Then could have some cord there, or maybe not. Let's do this. The foot I will address later. So here we need some sort of, I don't know what, I don't have, yeah, I'm lacking a lot of materials here for this. And if I, so the shoes have already a different material. I'm going to, this text seems pretty nice. Oh, sorry, I haven't, Carlos, no shot, it's not, sorry. Welcome, yes. So 10, and yeah, this was about 9 minutes ago. So this was this technique for this, right? So welcome, the skin modifier, right? Indeed. So yeah, so I just found out that it was possible. I was researching, right? So there's some content about that. And most important, I found this can do the control, okay, it must be on the the Control A, right, on a vertex there. That will scale the, and then you Control A with X or Z and equalize, ready to reset. So there's very interesting features on this, and I like this. Maybe you have distant already, but otherwise some other folks who might be arriving right now. The cool thing is that it resembles the curve object, right? But while being a mesh, so just vertices instead of curve points. So it's much more have its limitations, or it's, but it's, yeah, it's a mesh, so it's don't have to convert it later, so it's kind of interesting. Might have to apply the modifier for the rigging part, so this is I'm unsure of. So okay, let's make this this thing at once. So you have this mesh object which is empty. It has a solidify modifier. I'm gonna turn it off. This armature modifier is not good, so I'm gonna just delete all vertex groups, batch delete all groups, shape keys just in case. Okay, it has nothing, so I'm gonna get the object again, go on edit mode, and gonna start adding some, yeah, let's go on the shift world origin. Okay, let's, no, I need to be here because yeah, so whatever, let's add a cube and then merge at, yeah, at center. So let's start with a single vertex here. Let's do maybe bring it here, so the sandals, they are very big in this character design, so probably incorrect. The feet are strangely big. I don't know what happened here. Yeah, there's something weird here about the character design. So anyways, we're gonna, so it doesn't need to be perfectly right, so I'm gonna bring this forward about here, I guess. We can always align this later, so it's not a problem. So now this we can extrude about here, and it seems to be okay, it seems to be a square now, so this is the beginning of this. Then we gonna get this no, okay, just the vertices here, so gonna get them here, right? So get this flat thing. This surface might not need to be entirely flat, by the way, but yeah, I think it should, it can be just oh yeah, because maybe it needs to, yeah, so maybe we want some deformation, but it will be not that much, right? For animation it should be important. So here gonna change this material to velvet. I don't know, I don't have a, just temporary like that. So we're going to do another material. Yeah, so here, just in case, we're gonna make one subdivision in the center. Yeah, just leave it like that. And then we're gonna, from this, maybe this could be achieved with inset or extra objects. In this case I think inset. So scale on the Y, scale on the X again. Let's bring this back to the close to the limits. Scale on the Y, yeah, something like that. Maybe they are a bit too far from, So what's the height of that? I'm not sure. So, and then for this part that I'm concerned about, yeah, bring it here, and this one on the back, maybe bring it a little to the front, about here. This can be a little more here, and this can be a little more about here. All right. Then of course here maybe I don't know how they are in real life, so never wear them. So scale on the, let's get all these and scale here. Scale here. Yeah, because I think they should sort of follow the shape of the foots, at least slightly. And if they don't, it's my version anyways. So, but I would like to know more about this, the names, if there exist on other cultures, not just Japanese, or if there are different styles of this in Japanese, or yeah, I'd like to know more about. And I won't make a flat here because of the deforms. Otherwise, if that was just hard surface, right, I could buy the techniques of Blender Bros that I've been learning some by the free content they offer. Yeah, so I've been relearning how to make this workflow for. Because I started with, I started getting too deep into the mesh topology stuff, right, and then I never really learned more efficient ways of doing stuff, right, and this connection of these methods which connects the here we can sort of clip, that's fine, we will address that later. Yeah, so I've tried to always connect the stuff together instead of, but the height is wrong, right? So yeah, the height is wrong for the drawing, right, not for the. Okay, and scale along here, let's push it back a little and scale again, I think. Yeah, okay, scale on the from the front it seems a bit exaggerated, right? So let's move this up. This also from the front seems a bit exaggerated, so they can be a bit longer here. Alright, then let's again move this back a little. Maybe this try to follow the joint of the foot for subtle deforms. I don't want it to be very too close from the. Okay, so alright, this seems nice. Then we don't need to be okay. Shade smooth for it, I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe shade smooth. We can always change the rest by edge crease, so 0. It's not suffering from subdivision, right? So turn on subdivisions, I don't want this solidify. Well, maybe we want. Alright, so here we're gonna get actually this shift is 0. Shift E -1, shift E 0.8. Let's try this. No, it doesn't work, so gonna get this one, shift A 0.1. No, what's happening? Oh, use creases, right? Use creases, that's what's going on. Ah, now it worked, okay. Also use creases for... Okay, so I guess... Yeah, just use crease here, everything. That's fine. Then we're from the same mesh object gonna make a shift D here, scale on the y-axis, move this move it to the side, scale on about here. So gonna make now change this material to coat. Yeah, so this, move this intersecting the rest, so move this up. So GG, let's change this all, shift E -1. So you got here this yeah, so you know what we're doing here, this part here, which is kind of broad. So GG, we need to get the proper positioning, right? So oh, what I'm doing, I'm just overcomplicating stuff, so it's just gonna make this with the we're gonna use for this the solidify modifier. Because of the deforms, probably I'd like something here. Let's bring it here, smooth this out, and GG here. So yeah, I've decided to start by making the some of the easy not easy, but sort of challenging accessories first. And here, why not, we can, because the foot is retracted, we're gonna move this, make this larger here on the back part, smooth this, scale on the z-axis, so we can make this deep. That's fine. So this will avoid try to avoid some other clipping problems or unclipping problems. This probably we might need something here because it's a bit smoother area, and we want to ensure that this will not suffer too much from the bending of the toe. So want to make sure it will be have valid deforms, right? And here let's get it a little closer to the base. Yeah, so this will be annoying to be taking off all the time, so We could make here some, yeah, maybe I can simplify here, so move this up and rely more on the subdivision, right, on the solidify modifier. So this time I hope this thing will not destroy my work. No, we could make all this procedural. Interesting. Unfortunately, I don't know how to manage this thing, so let's try. Okay, I'm gonna save, gonna even save a new version here. So okay, solidify. Let's see if I can control this vertex. Okay, let's try to get this by materials. Can we do anything? I never understand how this works. So I have 3 separate. No, this is already. Turns out that, like, you get the idea. Extrude this on the similar amount. Could be very nice, right? So let's try to do something crazy here. So okay, so this is the last version here. Separate. Right. So delete these faces. Delete these faces. Delete this face. Delete these faces. We're going to FF and FF and Shift E1. Alright, check the normals here. Alright, except that we also want to extrude from the top. Yeah, so we don't want this. Delete these faces. So we're gonna get all these materials extruding from outer to inner. Yeah, there's a flow here on the foot, but I don't want this to be. Yeah, let's bring this back just a little. GG. Something like here. Yeah. GG. Okay, so this is kind of crazy, right? But maybe it works. I'm gonna save this in this version. This we're gonna extrude for the negatives. So you see what's happening. So the question now is that thickness we want to extrude. Okay, they will be matching about here. 0.02 maybe, going one. Yeah, maybe just to make sure. 0.03. Now that is too much, right? Let's try here. Alright, then how that to avoid other lose of power. Then here this is too much, of course we don't want this. So also let's get this one with shift E 0.3, and that's okay, but I want this thing to be more to the side, and it's already very to the side, right? So just move this up then. Yeah, so to prevent, maybe I can bevel this then. Control B, yeah, bevel, that might work, and bevel here, Control B. So this preserves the edge crease, which is kind of nice. Yeah, and I could use bevel. I never used that, so let's try. Control E, bevel edge. Oh no, this is a let's see. I'm not showing here, so let's see. Edit. Oh, it is showing. Okay, so let's just make sure. I think it's a yellow one. Control E, Control B. No, this is not the. It's not the. It's the mark bevel. Edge bevel wave. Control Shift B. No, what is this control? Intersection grid fill. No, this is, what's the name of this? Control Shift E doesn't do nothing. So yeah, let's, why not? Alt B, no, it's something else. Control B does that. Control Shift B, Control Alt Shift B. Okay, Control Shift E then. No, Alt B, because it's bevel, so it's alright. So let's make this new here. Edge bevel weight, Alt. So Alt Shift B, not working. Assign shortcut, Shift Alt B. Okay, there, let's make sure. Yeah, so this is correct. So let's get it a 0.5, but not seems to be the way it works. Subdivision. Use custom normals. No. What is this? I'm not developing custom normals, I think. So okay, so I don't know where it is, the bevel here. Apparently it's already taken for granted. We see that, yeah, we see where it is doing, but it's not doing a great job. I can't expand there. Maybe I need to make a connection here. I don't know. No, it doesn't seem to be doing what I want, so -1. Okay, let's take all this off. I think there's another way to check that, so Alt B -1. Item transforms mean biv. Yeah, it's the same thing. So I'm seeing if there's any effect here visible, we would see. So it's very subtle. It's not the, yeah, so hold Alt 0, hold Alt. Okay, it's still not works. So Shift Alt E, negative, Shift Alt B. I'm sorry, -1, and I think I just disconnected accidentally some vertices there. Merge at center. Okay, so here we so all this is like accidentally separated. Merge at center. What is happening to this mesh? Merge at last. Merge at last. Yes, it is super name. Merge at last. Accidentally separated all this. Okay, so that's. Let's make sure we take all this. Shift E -1. Shift E 0.5 here, maybe. So yeah, so I'm gonna bevel this manually, like. We'll just do this, and here, that should help. And I don't know if this is just because of this stuff here is getting confusing. Alright, now this is the proper setting, so let's move this down here a little, move this GG and this GG. Alright, this is nice. Now let's go back to the solidify madness, enable it. So of course I need to reduce the factor for that. I believe it's like that it works. I need a vertex group for this, so I'm gonna, so I just don't know which vertex group, so I'm gonna, well, I can just invert. So here I'm gonna assign, this is mod solidify factor band, whatever, assign. Then when we go back here, solidify band, let's see what it will do. Okay, so it's not doing like, it's just not doing anything interesting, right? So let's invert here. Oh, there you go. So That means that, oh, that is how that works. So now this, finally I understood this thing. So it's like a family of subdivision, how to say. So it's exactly what I want, but yeah, the problem is that we have just one vertex, so it's a bit bizarre, right? But let's use this as an example here for a highlight, because never understood this, always was very strange to me. Let's also hide here to simplify this presentation. So folks, check this. I've just discovered how this solidify modifier works for a single feature here. You see that the mesh here that I have is crazy. It's like that. But the resulting thing is this. So what I did here was the following, folks. So I'm gonna disable this solidify modifier. You see that the normals, they are like this. So this band is like this. We have some edge crease. Yeah, we have a subdivision surface modifier using creases. Okay, here we have all this. I'm not sure what it does, but I know for sure that I want creases. So when we go here, or if we check here on edit mode, basically this creases, this part of the sandal, this band will be a little curvier, but these are actually these edge creases. Yeah, it's halfway, so it's slightly bending, but it could be a little more actually. So Shift E, let's take off 2, so it will be maybe a little more cover. And these ones have complete value of 1, so for the crease. So it's like the solidify modifier is not even working for them, but it exists for the others. So I don't need to make this into a separated mesh object. And if we apply this, look how great this is. If I applied subdivision modifier, the mesh remains as it is, and it keeps the creases where they were. So it doesn't delete the crease, but now they are useless. They are just backup information. But the mesh was exactly applied as we saw it with the creases. Differently, for instance, if we do not use crease, or I think it applied to bevels as well, which, right, so here we got the applied, but it's different than applying here, right? So it's much better. So anyways, so what I have here is that I have the normals. So because I'm using I'm gonna create a new one, solidify modifier. We could do this with geometry nodes in other ways, and maybe it should offer a lot more possibilities, right? Certainly, because the geometry nodes is an object modifier which is customizable. So generate solidify. So you see that we have this, first of all, let's reduce to 0 thickness. So you see I've made the normals. Okay, it's flipping the normals for some reason. So basically the thickness for I want to extrude from the the back faces, the normals, the negative normals of the face. So this will do extrude inwards, this will extrude to down, and this will extrude up, and they will meet somewhere, which I didn't really calculate it, but it ended up functioning for the character design of this, or the concept art of this. So here for the model sheet, right? So we're gonna get here, this thickness will gonna change, of course, but then the offset, we're gonna get, yeah, this offset is for extruding towards the, from the offset outward, right? So this is what I want. So I'm gonna meet them on offset 0, about, it will be something like this value, 0.02, something about that will be working for me. And so there is some intersection, and because there would be some deforms, I want these intersections to be a bit deeper. Maybe this will not be enough, but it's a good value. Let's compare the other, is the same. So then, okay, but then we have this problem. This is also subdividing in the right direction, however it has too much I want. So to solve this, we make a solidify vertex group, right, for the modifier. So this is how I name them, mod solidify band. This is actually not the band. Yeah, since I've done this, okay, that doesn't matter. So what I have here is assigned 1 to all these vertices, and so I went here, grab this, and now you see it is doing this. Okay, it is only solidifying the band, but naturally, well, what is this factor? Well, thickness factor used for so this is not very clear, but what I'm gonna do here is that you see that now the band is naturally extruded, but not the rest. All that is not in this vertex group will not be expanded unless we have the factor, and then we can control the factor up to that maximum that we set before. And of course this is just a question of inverting, right? Or I've made instead the inverted selection, but here I'm gonna invert here because this is about the band. So now we got the inverted behavior, which is the sandals are extruded naturally by heart, right? Well, naturally extruded, and then I just need to, oh, this is the new. So I just need to augment the factor, the amount that I want precisely for the band there. And yeah, and if I want to change here, I just need to maybe get this, bring to the little more to the corners to get a bit more, yeah, so stuff like that. And so here is how we can use in a consistent way. Yeah, it's still limited because we just have one control here, but that can solve a lot of problems, right? And so here I can delete this one because I read the same one working before with my previous settings. So let's see if everything is right. Yeah, everything seems to be very correct. So here just move this a little inward just in case, and that's it, folks. So how to use this solidify modifier. Oh, by the way, is this, I'm not sure what is best, so I never knew. Let's see what looks better. Well, it's clear that here we got some more subdivisions, so I don't know why this is happening. Probably something about the display. No, not even that. So I have no idea, but let's say that having more vertices, even though, oh, there's this subdivision. Ah, this is a problem here, of course. This is crease 1, right? It is using crease, but of course, since it is subdividing, the procedurally subdivided stuff apparently doesn't get the subdividing bypassing them. So this is what I want actually. Strangely, wouldn't there be a way to preserve the let's check all this, right? So no, apparently this is not how it works. Yeah, so apparently it will bypass the solidify. So maybe it's a bug that no one found out, but here this is what I want here. And if I want to have, well, this face a little rounder, I can do this manually, or just so shift GG, GG, why not? GG, GG. That is it. That's it, folks. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe if you find this interesting. See ya, folks. This is for the highlight, of course. I'm not done here yet, but let's see what else can we achieve today. Ah, this looks a bit wrong, right? Now that I can see, turns out that this is not in the right spot, so I'm gonna move this here, scale on the X and scale on the Z. GG, GZ, and this one GG, GZ, but we want these ones to move a little more to the bottom. Alright, then we can just align everything in the end, like in a certain position, like this one. 3D cursor SZ0, there we go. Now it seems a bit too big, like so. GG, GG, and here I'm not gonna mess with this, so GZ, GZ. Maybe here the toes are a bit too little exposed, so let's try this. And the curvature seems alright, but we have a little more space here, so we can probably drag this on the x-axis, and same here. Actually, yeah, a little more here. That's nice to follow the curvature. I think it's mostly right, and we can expand more, but I'm satisfied with it. And here, of course, that would be okay. Sandals, forgot Tsukagi. So here we gonna sandals. We got the sandals. We got the leggings. We got, oh, this is not part of the. Where is this quad? Okay, so this is like three leggings ribbon, and this will be 3-4. So we need her some kimono, which is not like that, of course, and this shirt, of course, from another character. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that, so I'm just gonna first delete this one, no, and delete some faces here by normal, selected linked faces. No, what's happening? Alright, so by seam them, faces. Alright, let's check the character design here, model sheet. So I'm not gonna complete this because it's a little too long already, but I'll just try to get from this mesh here some no, this is better. Okay, don't even know what I did here. I just changed the wire here. Okay, so I'm just gonna just want to get the proper shapes here, whatever. Proportional editing here should help. So I'm gonna make some exaggerated stuff here, because the cloths are exaggerated, right? These sleeves are really very exotic. It's cool, but yeah, I think they exist traditionally I like the idea, so this is why also I'm making here for this character. Here you have a lot of problems, so I'm gonna so the geometry of these probably gonna need a lot of change here. Yeah, so and here I'm not sure exactly how it is supposed to be. Of course, if I keep using this mesh here without the proper reference here, it will just I need to look here, right? Oh yes, okay. Oh, so I know what I need here. So basically this shirt, it will be like, yeah, vest. So for now, so basically this will not be here. I'm going to actually delete these vertices, so we're gonna just keep the mesh here, even though probably I'll need to re-export this one, right? So I'm gonna just delete everything here, everything on this mesh object, right? There's nothing. So I'm gonna go back here. Let's get here, and no, let's get, yeah, let's hide this, the tail for now. So we want here probably all the torso, yeah, until here for now. So shift D, okay, we're gonna leave this out maybe. Shift D, P, separate selection, then we get this one. We're gonna delete the material and gonna add a new material. For that will be for now this nails, because it's white, so I think that will serve our original purpose. Or maybe white is not the best one, so maybe just coat here. And we're gonna get this, let's see, it's yeah, so delete all this. Let's keep the subdivision surface modifier, delete all the rest, so just the mirror modifier. Then I'm going to also rename this to no, what I'm doing, there's a solidify here. Alright, so let's just join this into the vest, that's it. Control J, so here it is. Now it has inherited all this stuff, and there's the solidify as a bonus, which I'm not gonna handle it right now. And so we see that already stuff starts to happen, but this is not the complete, right, cloth. But this is part, this will help a lot in the already, so she's not that naked anymore. So what is happening here? This object, this is being solidified on edit mode, right? So here it is. Now let's get the white material here, nails, so this will be simpler to visualize what we are doing here. So apparently yeah, so this part will be more the stylization, so this will be very, very tough. I will need to bring, for me, right, I don't exactly know the structure of this clothing, so I'll have to make some research, investigation. It shouldn't be that hard, it's just that I want to know, and I'm afraid of not doing something. For drawing is a bit complicated. Yeah, I usually have some difficulty drawing this kind of loose cloths. Not super good character designer for certain cloths. So maybe we could simplify some mesh here. Why not? yeah, some geometry here is like probably deprecated, and this maybe I'll keep, sounds useful. Also let's bring this one towards, yeah, and this fabric floral, we're not using this, so I'm gonna just, right now it has this velvet, but this, let's see, is there anything, yeah, fabric smooth, so this for now. And we see clearly that on the top we get some problems, so probably should soon get GG here. We need more geometry. Yeah, we'll soon need a lot of geometry for the hanging parts, but for this face loops, yeah, for this face edge here, we can just get the thing right. Oh, there's also something about the can smooth this, smooth scale on the z-axis. Yeah, this will take a lot of time to, not a lot of time, you need some, probably this. Yeah, so this is the, yeah, the back, according to the character design that I have. There is some, it will wrap around the back on the front. Oh yeah, okay, so you see the shoulder here. So the way I've done this, it will have some folds here and here, but then it will go back. Here is still cloth, from, you're seeing from the back. It doesn't have these hanging things in the front. It hangs more in the back and in the sides here. So it's very different. So then, so I'm gonna, yeah, can start by deleting all these faces. So probably here we will have something like this, or not. Here we're gonna approximate this there. Let's make this higher, it will simplify our job here. Then G here, and so here just another, we'll need more because of the folds, and these folds I want to explore some new technique that I've never used. So here let's just dissolve some stuff, maybe. What is this? It's like the mirror modifier has gone. Yeah, take off the, okay, so here is the thing. Some mesh topology here might still be useful. This face loop can still be useful, but we'll have to make some changes to the whole thing. Let's take off all the seams, everything, all the sharp, clear sharp. Alright, so first this, yeah, so we're gonna bring this back here. This will have this looping thing. Alright, oh yeah, so this is, it's not like that exactly, this is sort of opening. It's not that I can't use this, but I think this is gonna confuse me more than help. I'm gonna delete these faces here, and here is the thing. Now this loop is interesting, so I'm gonna instead delete this. Delete that, and let's skip this but delete this one. Let's move this back, extrude here, and this, so here I'm not sure how this will connect, so this is where we start to get, have to investigate the, oh yes, so this loop, alright, so there's, I need to start from this indeed, so this will fold about here, so okay, alright, so it's like it's a special loop, but I'm not sure if I should be overlapping the other one. Let's delete this one. Merge at last. GG. So essentially it's like this is taking all the rest, right? But it's still so maybe I'm doing is an impossible cloth. It doesn't matter, I will find a way, and in the end if it looks fine, that's okay. So here the here we'll need some solvation for this. This is where maybe I need another one, so instead of yeah, so exactly, instead of creating space there, now I'm just gonna push everything, push the topology, the geometry containing the wrong topology, the arm. So one thing is the arm topology and the other thing is the torso topology for this cloth. So and so here this will be the problem here. So it's like, oh, I think I got the idea. Yeah, I've already decided this before, I just wasn't remembering precisely. We're gonna dissolve this, and I hope that this was not a mistake, topological mistake. So basically we got here this hanging thing, and somewhere there this should match, and here we see that we might need something here. We can probably smooth this, and so this will be looping. So like a giant sleeve essentially. So we're gonna extrude this like here. Already here merge at center. Here we're gonna try to combine this. And here this is where we might want perhaps to just dissolve this. No, not this, but dissolve this and just merge this there. So here we got the loop, but this loop is a bit strange, right? Because it is doing okay, so here I have, yeah, this loop is like, it's not the only thing that needs to happen. It's like something, so now I'm confused again. So here and so here is should be like that. Yeah, so the idea was something like that. It might be that I can separate these, make this part maybe do something different here to handle all this mad stuff, right? But the idea is more or less like this, but this is yeah, this hanging thing maybe we need to readdress. I will, ideally I should check some reference of cloths alike and see if there's anything as I'm doing. Yeah, like something different here. So not something like I've done here, but something that would grant some separate this like as if they were, so I can keep this the sleeve thing around. Yeah, so something like, let's see where it is here. So where it goes there. So instead it could just so rip vertex here, and so it's a different thing. Could be a different hanging part, and it could have different purpose. So this to be yet to be investigated. Maybe here still join here. So what I want is perhaps to create this delineation here. Yeah, this will be nice. GG, let's try to, for now, just a different material to have them differentiate here the boundaries. So I have nothing special here for the materials for this, so I'm just gonna do this. Now here we can find better ways to topologize this. Probably this is not wrong, but yeah, this is, no, it's just for this thing here. That's okay. Okay, so that was great because actually most of the cloth for now, let's change this material again because we can't see anything. Yeah, so essentially most of the cloths were achieved, right, to some good extent. Yeah, usable extent actually for rigging. Just this that I didn't thought I would be able to conclude this thing, not conclude but advance on this sort of kimono today, but in the end it was possible. It was tricky, but yeah, it was good to have. I think the major problem of it was solved. Now it's just like trying to adjust and make cool design with it, and maybe, and there's some, and then this, of course, this lacked a lot of developments. It's just the very crude here. Yeah, then there will be other parts that will resemble this. Maybe they are part of oh no, they are part of the other. Yeah, so this part here, which needs a lot of work, and then it grows up to the upper torso, and then there's the hair. Okay, so there's still some work to do here, but a lot of advancements, folks. So let's see what if we get something from compositing here. Not that it will be, yeah, I can get something of interest, but the character is not rigged, so there's little to celebrate here except that this is just because the body was accidentally off. Yeah, so even if the yeah, the what was achieved seems to be okay. I didn't work with the shaders for EV, so these are being reused. The color here of the kimono would not be like that. Of course, all this needs to be reworked. So if I get here some compositor thing, we can have some, no, there's some transparency going on. This is because probably something about the scenes are not matching, maybe. Now they are matching, so it's probably some transparent material that is making things go crazy. Let's get a closer look. Hold Alt V and Alt V. So no, this is something else. Yeah, so the EV is rendering her transparent, so for some reason there might be some missing, some wrong texture there, so shader. Anyways, this is, let's check here. So I just have these ones, yeah, so nothing to nothing much to play here in this stage of the developments. Okay, folks, so this is it for today. Lots of progress, but not finished yet. So take care and happy blending. Hope that was inspiring, and I'll be back tomorrow. Will be scenery making, so assets, props, scene management, texturing, lighting, all those crazy stuff. So I'll be making a room and maybe some other crazy stuffs in a starship. So if you're interested, I'll be doing this about this same time hour of the day. So take care, folks. Happy blending, and see you soon or whenever you feel like to. Have a nice week and good feasts of Jesus Christ or whatever. That's it, folks.